What's going on YouTube? It has been quite some time since the last vlog. I have done a lot and been to a lot of places since then, so I'm gonna catch you guys up a little bit. I have been to Europe, went to Europe with Gasp for the Iron World Tour for 11 days. I posted some of those videos that I got with Gasp, so go check those out if you haven't already. There's some cool training videos and touring London and stuff like that. But we went to London, Cheltenham, Birmingham, Durham. Then we went to Edinburgh, Scotland. Then we went to Sweden. I guest posed at the Better Bodies Classic or the Better Bodies Challenge and the Gasp Classic that weekend, 2 days in a row. It was awesome. The crowd was amazing. Everybody I met in the UK and in Sweden, I really thoroughly enjoyed meeting you guys. Y'all were amazing. It's so cool to see the passion people have for bodybuilding in other countries. Like truly being at that show in Sweden, both of those shows in Sweden. First off, Gasp does an incredible job of running that show. It was amazing, both on the stage, backstage, and everybody involved. So I was so appreciative to be a part of that and to get to meet all you guys. So thank you to everyone that came up to meet me, get a picture, whatever it may be. If you wanted to chat with me, it was great to meet all you guys. Then I came back home from the Iron World Tour for a couple weeks, if that, and left for Vegas to the Olympia. Stayed at the Gasp House, was at the Uprising booth, did an Uprising shoot as well, and just had a great time out there. Obviously, I wanted to be on the Olympia stage this year, but there will be a time for that. So I was very happy to see everybody that absolutely crushed at this show. Uprising teammate Martin Fitzwater, top 4 in his first Olympia. That was an absolutely incredible show, so shout out to him. But we just had a great time. I went with Brandon, we trained, we did Gasp meetups at the gyms. We had watch parties for the Olympia, tons of great food. They brought in 2 chefs, David and Peter. They were amazing, cooked some amazing food, and finally got back home from that. And then the other big news is I went to New York for gynecomastia surgery. So I had the gyno glands removed. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. A lot of people have asked me online, well, I didn't even notice you had it. Why did you remove it? It's something I've had since puberty, and then it progressed. So it's, maybe when I was around 12, I think I went to the doctor for it. But it's something that you never really get rid of until you totally remove the gland. So there's no way to really combat it without just completely taking it out. So what I did was I was referred to Dr. Michael Lacroix from my friend Dom Matazio, who coaches my wife, which is why you hear all the beeping right now. She's testing her blood sugar for her check-in. She checks all the boxes. But we went up to Dr. Michael Lacroix in Staten Island, New York, and that was last Friday. Today is Thursday, and got them removed. It was super easy. They did a couple incisions. I'll show you guys what that looks like. So this is the sports bra I have to wear, which is super annoying. It's very tight, keeps everything pulled in, a lot of compression. Gilligan, please. So the main thing is when they take the gland out, there's space there between the skin. So now they want the skin to wrap back around that open space. So the vest is very important. I got to keep this on for at least 2 weeks, but I'll probably keep it on a little bit longer. It's really hard to take this thing off. It's even harder to get it back on. So you guys, I may have to cut this. That was actually the easiest it's ever been. So as you can see, incisions down here. I haven't looked at it today. Doesn't look like any bruising today. There's just little like knots down here from where the tissue's aggravated, but it's gonna heal up. And honestly, I'm pretty happy with it so far. Like I figured it would be much more aggravated and bruised and all kinds of stuff like that. So he did an amazing job. I can't recommend him enough. If any of you guys have questions about it, feel free to DM me. Very happy I had it done. It was one of those things, like at certain times of the year, hormones fluctuate, and usually during show prep I was fine, I was dry, it wasn't inflamed, but in the off season it'd get uncomfortable, put my seatbelt on, Brittany would lay over on my chest, it would hurt. And then of course the visual aspect, like I said, most people didn't notice that I even had it, but I noticed. And some people, like, of course the internet trolls always notice because they look for it, but that's not why I did it. I just want to be at the top of my game, have nothing holding me back from bringing the best physique possible with no visual flaws, and that's just part of bodybuilding. It's a judged sport, so that's what made the decision to do it. I wanted to do it for a long time, and I just had to get all the travel out of the way in order to do that. So I'm gonna get the sports bra back on real quick. Back on with the freaking, I call it a sports bra. It's some kind of medical vest, but it's very tight. It's definitely not super easy to breathe, but I would rather suffer now and have better results later than to be lazy and take it off and be comfortable and then not have it lay down the way it's supposed to. But that's the update for everything. I've got to basically lay off chest for 2 weeks is what the doctor said. And then like 4 weeks post-op, I can do stuff like pull down movements, flies, things that stretch the chest. But we're finally about to start my push. We're gonna finally be upping food. I mean, I'm literally still only like 12 to 15 pounds above stage weight right now. So we kept it lean for the sake of the surgery. A lot of people asked me why I was staying so lean. That's most of the reason, was all the travel, all the food I knew I would be having on travel. I knew I wouldn't be super consistent with the plan during the travel. And it was just, it was what it was. Like I couldn't push. I was in a health phase. I was trying to get the body back to normal post prep, and we knew this surgery was coming after all the travel, which was a little inconvenient, but it is what it is. So now we're finally about to push the off season. Still not eating a crazy amount of food, like 5,300 calories is what you guys are gonna see today. I think my carbs are close to 800. I'll give you guys a total at the end of the day. But eating mostly the same foods, nothing's really changed. I haven't been doing my creamies lately. I've just not had time. Even when I have been home for the short periods I've been home, just been in a rush, been very busy. So I may do a creamy today just to show you guys something new and treat myself. So we're gonna start our first meal. I'm going to be basic and do pumpkin spice pancakes because it's fall and it's the time for that. So what is it? Oh, Brittany says not fall here. Yeah, I mean, this morning's kind of nice, 65 degrees, but it'll be in the mid to high 80s later. So it definitely doesn't feel like fall here. It was really nice being up in New York and New Jersey where everything was much cooler. So kind of jealous of Brittany's family right now. They get a bunch of really nice weather. It was good to see them too. But we're gonna get meal one started because we're basic, and I'm gonna do pumpkin spice pancakes, and I'm gonna have pumpkin spice coffee creamer, so judge me. When I was in Europe, Branch and MJ got like some coffee at the airport, and they just got, you know, their basic like espressos or black coffee or whatever. And I decided to run over to Starbucks and get something and come back with like some kind of pumpkin cold brew or something. And they were joking they were gonna call me Pumpkin from now on. So maybe that's what you guys can call me, because I don't have a bodybuilding nickname. You can call me Pumpkin. So gonna get this started. Use code HUTCH, Flavor Gang, and we're going to have some breakfast. Also, if you guys need the pancake recipe, I've posted a couple videos where I show you how to make the pancakes, and there's a pancake recipe on my Instagram, in my reels. You can go watch it. I'm not going to show you how to make the pancakes. I'm just going to show you my breakfast this time. So go check those out if you want to learn how to make pancakes like this. Breakfast is served. Of course, most important part, we've got the coffee in the Breville espresso machine. When I travel, that's probably the thing I miss the most, except for my wife and my animals. Don't want them to get mad at me for saying that. I just got a look. Just got a dirty look. I love my espresso machine. That thing was the best investment ever. So got our pumpkin spice pancakes here. That's 100 grams of Bold Gains pumpkin spice flavor. We've got 350 grams of egg whites, about 5 grams of baking powder, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 75 grams of banana. Blend all that up, put it in the pan. Then we topped it with 20 grams of peanut butter. And then I've got 2 whole eggs here and Bay's brioche English muffins. That's English muffins. That's 2 English muffins. So our total for this morning is just over 1,100 calories, 72 grams of protein, 157 grams of carbs, 23 grams of fat. Got to get some calories in. Me and Brandon are training legs today. It's my first leg day back after surgery, and I'm going to absolutely murder my legs. You guys will get to see some of that. So gonna eat this meal, got to get to my clients, got a lot of work I got to get done before the next meal. See you guys on meal 2. Meal 2 coming up, guys. We got it on the pan. Chicken, rice, green beans, red onions, sauteing it in some Flavor Dawn sriracha maple sauce. Gonna top it with the orange dragon afterwards. Got some avocado, sauerkraut, and I've got something special to show you guys. So I am super, super grateful to Cali Cooks. They are now sponsoring me for my prepped meats. So they come in these vacuum sealed bags, already chopped up into little squares, so convenient. So see, we put them in this big bowl so we can just pull from there for our meals. And then we've got steak here too that you guys are gonna see later on my last meal tonight. Me and Brittany both agreed, this is like, we thought our steak was pretty good that we made for our meal prep that you guys have seen on my prior videos. It doesn't touch this at all. And actually, it's a funny story. I was staying with Hunter Labrada last year. He was nice enough to invite me to come train with him. You guys probably saw some of the vlog if you watched back from my YouTube videos last year. He was 3 weeks out from the Olympia and he invited me to come stay at his house. And he was nice enough to share his food with me. And I'd never heard of Cali Cooks. And I tried the sirloin and the chicken that he had, and I was absolutely hooked. I was like, dude, this is literally the best meal prep meat that I've ever had. But I wanted to reach out to them to see if there was any kind of opportunity I could have with them, because I knew I loved the taste of the food and it's high quality, but they only serviced Houston. So sure enough, we ended up moving here after that to Dallas-Fort Worth. And then recently, Cali Cooks started servicing Dallas. So they bring meals and meats to Destination Dallas and drop off for people that order. I know they're gonna start bringing it to No Fear Fitness, working on getting them more around the area. But truly, this is the best meal prep food I've had from any meal prep company. And I'm very picky because I would rather pay for my own chicken and cook my own chicken tenderloins because I know it's gonna taste good for a longer period of time. It's not gonna be chewy. It's not gonna be seasoned weird. I'm very picky about, you guys know, you've watched my videos, I'm very picky about my food. And I was very hesitant to ever sign with any meal prep company, but was so glad to hear that they're servicing this area now. So now I can take advantage of it and share it with my clients, share it with people around the area, and they're going to be shipping nationwide at some point next year. So if you guys go to calicooks.com, use my code HUTCH at checkout, you can put in the notes that you want to pick up in the Dallas area, or if you're in the Houston area, they have a store, they have gyms with fridges. Anywhere that has a Cali Cooks fridge, you'll be able to pick your order up there. So check that out, guys. It truly is like a huge opportunity for me because you guys know I'm pretty slow to sign with any companies. Like I've had a lot of you guys ask me about what supplement company I'll go with next, and I'm just very picky with what brands I represent. That's like Uprising. You know, when they reached out to me initially, Mit45 and Uprising, I was like, look, I've got to try everything. I've got to know I like it. I've got to have a really good feeling about it. I've got to love the products. I'm never going to promote something that I don't believe in or love myself or use myself, because some guys will do that in the industry, and I just can't sleep at night if I'm promoting a product or a food or a service that I don't truly believe in. It's just not who I am. So I was very thankful that Cali Cooks reached out to me, because I was initially going to reach out to them. I just assumed, because I was in the other area, that they wouldn't be able to work with someone outside of Houston. So now we can bring that to the DFW area. If you guys have any questions, feel free to DM me. I'm going to finish cooking this meal, and we'll show you guys what that looks like in a second. But we're doing chicken, rice, green beans, sauerkraut, avocado, red onions are being sauteed in there. And then this is my favorite sourdough bread. Brittany found it at the store while I was gone. Everything sourdough bread. It is the absolute best. If you guys haven't tried it, you need to try it. Did you get it at Sprouts? Albertsons. It's a local store here in Fort Worth, but a lot of times Sprouts will have this brand. It's super good. So some of my carbs are coming from that sourdough bread, getting the rice super crispy, and I'll show you guys the meal in a second. All right, guys, check out my wife's new job now that she doesn't have to meal prep anymore. I work so they don't have to. No, I'm just kidding. She still helps with the veggies. See, she got the green beans and zucchini done for me. So, but she's off the hook from cooking chicken and steak, because now we do Cali Cooks. Okay, so meal 2 is done. We've got 230 grams of rice, roughly, a little over, because I did some of my carbs from sourdough bread. We've got 175 grams of chicken, 75 grams of green beans, 33 grams of avocado. Topped it with some everything seasoning, and then I'm gonna do the Orange Dragon sauce on top. I weigh all my sauces just because I would rather not absolutely douse them, and I'm obsessed with flavor getting sauces, so I know I would use far too much if I didn't weigh them out. So that's just what I do. Maybe a little ridiculous, but I don't like eyeballing really anything. And then we've got 58 grams of sourdough bread. So what I do is I just like grab a couple pieces of sourdough bread, then I calculate the carbs, subtract that from the jasmine rice I'm supposed to have. So this meal is usually 320 grams of jasmine rice. So I just made an adjustment there. So this meal is 727 calories, 61 grams of protein, 97 grams of carbs, 10 grams of fat. And then of course, if you guys haven't tried it yet, more hydration. This stuff is amazing. We've got sweet tea and lemonade. This is 10 times better than the Mio and the Crystal Light and all the other crap that causes you to retain water. I never use those. I don't have a code. It's just my coach, Chris Tuttle, formulated it. It's really amazing. Me and Brittany are obsessed with it. We go through tons of that stuff. And I made the major mistake of not bringing it to Europe, Vegas, or New Jersey, because I always forget something when I travel, and it was way harder to get water in that whole time. So definitely, especially in the off season, if you're struggling, like you're full, you don't really want to drink more water volume, try out the more. It's going to help you a lot. We're getting meal 2 in. Gotta hurry because I'm behind and I'm gonna have to eat again in like an hour and a half. So see you guys for the pre-workout meal, pre-leg training. Exciting package came, just went to the mailbox and saw this from Uprising. I knew this one was coming and I know exactly what this is, but I cannot wait to show you guys. Check it out, guys. You saw it first here. Boomin' Berry and Peach Pump gummies.
Berry.
Did I not tell you about that? I don't like berry, so like I did like these for what it is, but I'm obsessed with peach. So I tried the gummies at the Uprising booth at the Olympia, and I brought some Peach Pump ones home for me and Brittany, but I guess I forgot to tell her that there's berry, which I took none of because I don't care for berry as much, but these are still really good. So these are yours. Mine are the peach. These are amazing, guys. These are 25 milligrams of metragenine, per gummy. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, so the Boost gummies are 10 milligrams per gummy. So these would probably not, there's no way they could make these taste as good. And they taste even better in my opinion. Personally, these are my favorite metragynine gummies I've ever taken, specifically the peach. Like I said, I still like the berry, but these will be coming out very soon. I already had a few samples left from the Olympia, but I'm very excited to now have fully stocked gummies because these are my absolute favorite. Guys, go check out my link. It's in my bio, my hot bio on my Instagram. And you can order from my landing page. That'll give you free shipping. Right now we have the Rocket Bomb, the Tropical Punch, Ascend, Descend, and all of the new Uprising clothes. You guys saw me wearing the Uprising shirt before. Those are made by All American Roughneck, Seth Feroci, so they're really good quality, and you can support Uprising and myself by wearing those clothes or getting you some of our products. These will be coming very soon. I will say my favorite dropper is the Rocket Bomb. I think that one tastes the best. So even though it is a higher dose for some of you guys that maybe don't want higher dose, if you just do like 1 or 2 droppers, I mean, 3 droppers is 25 milligram serving. So I personally really like the Rocket Bomb best, and the Ascend for pre-training. And now the addition of this, I will be taking pre-training, and then I take the Descend before bed. If you guys have any questions, please DM me. Use my link. Thank you guys for all the support with Uprising. This is one of the best companies, probably the best company I've ever been involved with for like supplements. Gasp has been the best clothing company I've been able to be around. So really proud to be a part of this team. Can't thank Uprising enough. Guy, Mark, Ryan, Carly, you guys are all awesome. If you ever watch this, I don't know. But I'm super appreciative to be a part of the team. Now we're gonna get the pre-training meal in. Okay, so this is what we got going on for pre-workout, guys. This is American Pie Bowl of Gains, which is one of my new favorite flavors. It's like an apple pie. It is so good. And what I like to do is, I've done this on my previous videos where I would mix birthday cake and grandma's strawberry candy from Flavor Gang and put cinnamon in there, and somehow it kind of tasted like a cinnamon roll. Ross gave that idea. And then I would put these apples where I put a little water in them and like nuke them in the microwave with cinnamon. But now that I have the American Pie Bowl of Gains, I do that with my apples. And then I have a 50-gram whey shake here. I'm using this by ABE. This is airplane cookie flavor. They sent me this to try. I've tried a few of their supplements. I really like them. So shout out to ABE. They are a part of Applied Nutrition. So really enjoy their whey protein. So we're gonna do that pre-workout. And some of my carbs is gonna come from a couple of apple cinnamon rice cakes. So I didn't wanna do it with all the water volume. It's like 140 grams of cream of rice is what my meal calls for. So this is 110 grams, then 22 grams of carbs from a couple rice cakes. We're gonna do 20 grams of peanut butter. And guys, the Costco Kirkland peanut butter is so freaking good. That's what we use. We get a lot of our stuff from Costco, but what I do is I put the peanut butter on top here. So that's 20 grams. And then I'm gonna put my 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I do like a heaping 1/4 teaspoon for my pre-workout meal. For the pump, if you guys aren't getting your sodium in, your pumps probably suck. And then we're just gonna put these apples. They're nice and soft because I probably did the apples in the microwave like a total of 2.5 minutes, like a minute and a half stir, then another minute or minute and a half. There's no real like rhyme or reason to it. It's just till they get soft. You put a little bit of water in them. I put some stevia on top, and then put cinnamon in them and microwave them, stir them around a couple times. And then I put another packet of stevia on top because I'm a fat kid at heart and I love everything sweet. I have a major sweet tooth still. I'm sure that will go away at some point in this off season. And then I blend my protein shakes up when I'm not doing like a creamy or something. I use this NutriBullet and I blend it up with ice and water. Gets it nice and thick. So, gonna do that, pre-workout, and then I'm going to go train some legs with Brandon. He said he's still sore from last week training legs, so I'm gonna try to make him even more sore. And I'm gonna murder myself on legs as well. And you guys will get to see some of the top sets. Gonna have some fun. So I'll see you guys there. Oh, and the macros on this meal. Hold please. Okay, so pre-workout, we've got 868 calories, 61 grams of protein, 134 grams of carbs, 10 grams of fat. Gonna do 45 grams of intra-workout carbs with my EAAs. That will be at the gym. And I'm gonna take some pre-workout gummies like I showed you guys. We're gonna have a great leg day. Real quick, you guys gotta see this though. Your diet food should look like this. Perfect. Why would I need to eat cheat meals during the week or have dessert when my pre and post workout? It's literally dessert. Start making your food like this and dieting gets a whole lot easier. All right, so we're working on this Star Trek hack squat today. This is a new one for us. I think last leg day, me and Brandon hit the Atlantis pendulum squat. Usually we hit the Arsenal hack squat, so we warmed up, working up to a top set. This will probably be my second to top set. This is like the old flex fitness hack I used to use, so feels like home again. All right, so high squat's done. I've got my sports bra sweat lines because I have to wear this damn vest underneath this, but we're on the leg press, warming it up. High squat killed me. I realized that I haven't trained legs since a week before the surgery, so it's been 2 weeks since legs. And this vest kind of constricts my breathing, so this is pretty interesting right now.
All right guys, so pretty solid leg day with Brandon. Getting some calves in now because they need to grow. Definitely buried myself on that top set of hacks. A couple good sets on leg press. Prior to hacks, we did adductors and seated ham curls. After leg press, we went over and did leg extensions. I did lying leg curl, and that was it. Lately, we've been doing walking lunges, but for whatever reason, I felt absolutely buried today. I didn't sleep well last night, and I feel super dehydrated. I've drank like over 2 liters of water around this session already, and I'm like, my mouth is completely dry. I just filled up my liter water bottle like 5 minutes ago, so I'm chugging water. I don't know why I'm so dehydrated, but I feel dehydrated. I'm sweating a lot. This vest is really hot. It makes me sweat a lot more, but overall solid leg day. Tomorrow's arms, and then gonna try to train back. I still can't do any pull downs or fly motions or anything stretching the chest till 4 weeks post-op, so got a little bit more time for that, but overall solid leg day. Gonna blast these calves, then go home for the post-workout meal.
Okay, we are back home from leg training, guys, and getting this post-workout meal in. I am absolutely shot. It was a long one, and for whatever reason, like I said before, I feel dehydrated. I've chugged so much water. So, but feeling a little better now. Getting some food in me here in a second. We're going with the birthday cake bowl of gains. Got 140 grams here. And then there's 14 grams of peanut butter, because it's usually 20 grams of peanut butter, but I have 3 grams of fat from the almond milk that's in my creamy that I'm gonna have after this part of the meal. And then in here we also have 100 grams of strawberries, and we've got 35 grams of banana, so about 15 grams of carbs from fruit. And so I'll give you guys this macro breakdown for my post-workout meal. It's the same exact as my pre-workout meal. 870 calories, 61 grams of protein, 134 grams of carbs, 10 grams of fat. And I'll show you my creamy in a second. Gonna eat this bowl of gains here, and then have my Ninja Creamy. Okay, Ninja Creamy time. So I really only did this for you guys because I've been lazy lately and busy. Not lazy. I've been overly busy to where I just can't take the time to stop everything I'm doing and make a creamy and put it in the freezer. And this also takes longer to eat. So, but I'm gonna show you guys how I do my creamies. I go ahead and put it on light ice cream here, and I blend it the first time, or whatever, spin it the first time. Then I'll take a butter knife and scrape around the edges to get the ice off the sides. And then I'll do a respin right here the second time. With this one, I did 240 mLs, like a serving of almond milk. I did 50 grams of protein, and then I did like an 1/8 teaspoon of salt, maybe like an 1/8 teaspoon of xanthan gum, just to thicken it up a little bit. So we're gonna put this in here, Like I said, we're gonna go light ice cream. That's gonna spin, and then I'm going to scrape the outside, spin it again, and we'll have a creamy. Okay, so here's the first spin. I'll show you guys what I do. Just take a knife like this. I just scrape the outsides because there's ice around there. Respinning one more time. Okay, so here we go. Actually turned out pretty good. See if I can one hand this. I don't feel like putting you guys on a tripod. Pretty perfect consistency. I made that one just right. Sometimes they don't turn out right, or they weren't frozen for long enough and they're not that great, but this one is solid. And check out the way I make my creamies. I've gone in a more in-depth tutorial on mixing it and everything and making this actual blend before you put it in the freezer on one of my last, I think it was my last full day of eating video. So go check that out if you guys are curious. See you guys on meal 5. Meal 5 is in the pan right now, guys. We got some Cali Cook's chicken, we got rice, we got zucchini, red onions, and this is one of my new favorite combos. So I saute it in this Nerdy Sanchez sauce, and then I top it with butcher sauce. And I use 15 grams of this. This does have fats in it. So per serving, it's 1.5 grams of fat. So I just pull that 1.5 grams out of my added fat on the meal because I have avocado on this meal. So usually I have 33 grams of avocado. So I back it off to 23 grams of avocado and add 15 grams of this. Then I've got it all the same. So at this point, I'm in the off season. I could really be more lax about that kind of stuff, but I'm pretty OCD about being on my diet till I get to my cheat meal on the weekend, and then I have whatever I want. But even in the off season, I'm pretty rigid, which some people think that I'm a little bit too rigid, but I enjoy being very structured. So it's always paid off for me. But I'll show you guys this meal in just a second. We're gonna add the avocado on top, and then I'll get you all the macros. Okay, here's the meal, guys. We got 320 grams of rice, 175 grams of chicken. It's from Cali Cook's, super good. We've got zucchini in here, sauteed it with red onions and the Nerdy Sanchez sauce, and then topped with 23 grams of avocado, 15 grams of the butcher sauce, and then everything bagel seasoning on top, and of course, pink Himalayan salt. Total for this meal is 730 calories, 61 grams of protein, 97 grams of fat. No, it's not 97 grams of fat. 97 grams of carbs, 10 grams of fat. I would be fat if I was eating 90 grams of fat per meal. So next meal is going to be steak and rice, which is probably my favorite meal of the day. I'm telling you guys that Cali Cook's steak is the best steak I've had in my meal prep. So gonna eat this meal. I'm very hungry, I'm tired. Gonna sit down for a bit. We're gonna try to find something to watch. Somehow I'm actually caught up on work, which never happens. So I get a night to chill for once. Meal 6 is on the stove, guys. Check this out. We've got the Cali Cook's steak. So good. The seasoning they use for that is amazing. I absolutely love it. So very excited for my last meal. Before I do my last meal, I always do my sleep stack, which consists of, we've got 750 milligrams of GABA, 200 milligrams of 5-HTP, do 350 milligrams, I believe, of magnesium glycinate, and then 1 or 2 Descend from Uprising. Lately, I have no trouble sleeping, and 1 Uprising Descend cap has been enough to help keep me asleep all night. When I was taking 2, I was like just dead to the world asleep, and I was actually having a hard time waking up. So I backed off to 1. That seems to be all I need. But it works wonders for staying asleep. It's one of the best things from the feedback I've heard from a lot of people is that they're able to stay asleep so much better and get good quality sleep. So I have not switched off from that since using it in prep, and I've been loving it. So we're gonna take that. We got sirloin steak, rice, zucchini in the pan. Gonna throw in some red onions, and we've got everything sourdough bread to go with the meal. Almost done. So tonight we're watching Wonder Woman 1984, and I asked Brittany to pause it so I could do this vlog, but she got all jealous thinking, she's like, oh, you want to watch Wonder Woman? Who else likes Wonder Woman though? Let's be real.
I like her too.
She says she likes her too. I can't help but say yes, I'll be honest. Wonder Woman is pretty badass. Comment below if you're a fan of Wonder Woman, but the 1984 one was kind of a stupid movie. The original, the OG one was good. But we're trying to watch some of these DC movies whenever I get a chance, because Brittany ended up loving the Marvel movies, the Avengers movies and stuff, even though she's not like a sci-fi or superhero movie fan. Finally convinced her to watch some of those kind of things with me, and she's watched like all of it and loved it. But obviously Marvel is way better than DC, unless you guys want to argue in the comments below about that. But I still haven't seen like Batman vs Superman or Justice League or any of those, so trying to watch some of the DC stuff since we've literally watched all the Marvel stuff. Also comment below if you guys have any movie suggestions for me and Brittany, because we can't find anything good lately. Everything sucks. Okay, meal 6 is done, guys. We've got about, I think it was 227 grams of jasmine rice, because I did 96 grams of sourdough, everything sourdough bread, put it in the air fryer to toast it, because we don't ever use an actual toaster in this house. And we got 175 grams of sirloin, that's Callie Cook's Meals sirloin. We got zucchini, red onions, everything bagel seasoning, and then this is tied for my all-time favorite flavoring sauce. Takeout sauce is tied with sweet poppy. I can never get tired of those two sauces. They're my absolute favorite. So we're gonna use that on this meal. 9 times out of 10, this is my meal. Sometimes I'll do a burger bowl at the end of the night. I always have some meal with fats in it. I may venture back and do salmon again eventually. Usually I'll do that at some point in the off season, and I don't do it in prep really, because it's a lot higher fat than sirloin or 93.7, but I do very much enjoy salmon. So last meal is 817 calories. It is 58 grams of protein, 111 grams of carbs, and about 16 grams of fat. So for the day, just over 5,300 calories, 375 protein, 773 carbs, and 79 grams of fat. So check in with Chris tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I actually, tell you guys the truth, I have like some fluid forming here. Hopefully I didn't mess it up jumping the gun training. If some of you watch this have already told me not to go too hard training, you can say I told you so, whatever. Talking with the doctor, he was very confident that I could do movements that don't involve the chest or stretch the chest, but we'll see. I got to talk to him in the morning, check in with Chris in the morning. Hopefully these nips will recover quickly so that I can give you guys more hardcore training videos, because I miss it just as much as you guys do. I want to go all in the gym, which I did today for legs, but nothing, I can't really do anything else like 100% right now, obviously. So hopefully that recovers soon. I'll be getting some videos with Brickwall Media. We still got 2 lined up that we got to schedule. We'll be getting some videos with Gas, but I've talked with Nick Del Toro, the videographer, about doing some videos with Brian Dobson over at Metroflex. The new AR Fort Worth location, we might be stepping in there for some private sessions that I may be able to YouTube for you guys soon. So there's a lot of stuff coming up that's going to be fun and interesting for my YouTube. So guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe so I can keep doing these. It makes it worth my while, and I always try to make time for it, because I know for whatever reason you guys enjoy my boring life. That's Groundhog Day every day, but I enjoy doing these videos for you guys, and I appreciate the support. So I will see you guys next time.